Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today we will do the object pooling stuff. We will basically instantiate spikes together, and then it will be like something pooling stuff we are going to implement over here, right? So just come to the screen and see how we can do this. So I already set up a screen. Set up a scene. So if you see obstacle spawner, I have created two game object. First one is destroyer. If you go here, you can see I have manually set this game object, right? So I have set this game object somewhere here. So whenever the spikes will collide with this particular object, it will again, the spike will be deactivated and then repositioned. Uh, in this object. So for repositioning, I have created another object like this. If you go here, so here, like, okay, so object will go, spike will go and it will collide to the destroyer. Then it will reset and resetting the position of spike. So for that, this repositioned object is here, right? Now, what I'm going to do, I need to first of all drag and drop this game object pipe. Okay. And here, basically, what I have done, I have attached one rigid body to the game object to this pipe or game object. Okay. Also, we'll just set freezing to Y position and Z position, because we don't want that our spike should go spike should translate towards Y or Z position. It should translate only for X position. So that's why we have checked these two object option. Now in this spike, you if you double click on this script. Okay, so yeah, I have also created one script spike, right? So just create a simple script, right click, create, and in mono behavior script, and just give the name of a spike. Okay, then what you have to do, just assign this script something like this, Hana. And here we need to uh, you know just open this script. What I'm doing here, it's a very simple script. In the update function, what I'm doing, transform.translate means this game object, the script, the object which is in which this script has attached, which is a spike only. So transform.translate, and where it should translate to x position, minus x position. And here I am passing 5. So this will be currently I'm just giving only 5 value, but this will be like um, you know incremented value. The speed will be incremented, like initially it will be something 5, but after some time it will be increased one by one. So that thing we are going to implement. Okay, then we are passing transform dot translate. Okay. Now what we have to do, um again here I'm also checking that on trigger enter 2D, collider to the other. So so here basically if you go here in the pipe game object, is triggered is on, right? That means we are checking, like, whenever the trigger thing, whenever it will collide with any other object, I'm just simply resetting the position of it. And the position of this game object will be the repositioned object, which is nothing but this object. Okay, so we just simply need to drag and drop this repositioned the position game object to the spike. Okay, then simply apply. So it's already applied, that's why it's not showing. But if you just go and see this, it will show apply button, right? Then if we play, I think it should work now. uh, so just click to play. Let me one more time. Yeah, I think it should work. Play button, press play button. So object are basically instantiating and repositioning, right? Okay, it's again instantiating and repositioning, again instantiating, repositioning, right? Now why all the objects are not showing? Only one spike is showing, right? Here is only one spike is instantiating. Why? Let's see. Because also we have to, so previously we were giving reference here only, like in of prefab in game controller. Previously we are referring this object, right? But now we want to refer this object, so we'll just simply refer this object, like give the reference of this object, and set active false, so it will not, like, because this is already present, then another will be present, right? So just deactivate it. In the game control, what you have to do, just go here, and here you are saying we need to just make it set active true. So object of set active true means object will instantiate, this object will instantiate, and multiple times, and every time will it will instantiate, it will true. That's it. um, just play. Now see, objects are instantiating in a row and repositioning, right? So pooling thing is happening. Now in the next video, we will basically do that whenever it will hit these obstacle, game object will I mean the player will be destroyed, or it will be deactivated. Also we'll implement a score thing, right? So yeah, I think that's it from this video. You have learned object pooling thing. You have implemented basically object pooling in this video. In the next video we'll work on score stuff, also player dead animation, right? So yeah, that's it from this video. I'll see you in the next video.